The All Blues as a coach from Berkeley, California to 11 national championships. 2003 to 2010, she coached the U.S. Eagles to the 2006 and 2010 Rugby World Cups. 9-1 in her first season here for the Brown Bears. As I said, 2016 U.S. Rugby Hall of Fame inductee. Great loss for this Brown program. The players are really going to play in her memory today. We're going to have player introductions. We'll come back for kickoff in just a minute. We still recording? Good afternoon again, and welcome to Marvel Field here in Providence, Rhode Island, where the hometown Brown Bears get set to take on Dartmouth. The Big Green down for this one. Dartmouth leading the league right now, undefeated. Big ask here for the Brown Bears, playing at home. Very pumped up today in the memory of their coach, Kathy Flores, who we had a moment of silence for earlier. Brown set to kick off, running right to left to right on your screen in the black and white. And in the green is the Big Green of Dartmouth. Big matchup to come here. John Broker flying solo today, bringing you this action. And we are underway as the rain starts up here in Providence. And the rain shows immediately as we have a quick and early infraction here. And a scrum to Brown. A great attacking position here. Powerful Zy Thomas at the back of this scrum, wearing number 16 today, playing in the number 8 position. Good backline out here. A couple of battles we'll talk about as the game goes on. Reset scrum here. Referee for today's match is Anna McMahon, local referee. Going to have to settle down these scrums in the early going, the foul weather that we're dealing with here. As another scrum is set, Gemma Ryu gets it. Zy Thomas back to Ryu. Ryu running a little bit sideways there, taken down well by the Big Green defense. Bodies flying in there. That's idiot. Yes, you can. Putting the power in, and Zy Thomas has to clean that one up. Brown on the attack just outside the 22 of the Big Green. And a quick run there from Mahoney. Mahoney becoming a powerful runner in this team. Important, making those hard yards. Faith Chen heads toward the line. Chen goes into contact. Good attempt there at a jackal by the Green, Big Green, but off we go. Olivia Duba, she has some pressure on her. Not as much room to run this time. Well taken down by a very strong early Dartmouth defense. Ball retained, going backwards a little bit there, just a little pop-up, and Clapp can't handle that one. Quick advantage there from the referee, double knock-on, so we're going to come back via scrum, attacking for Dartmouth, and we may see a bit of this today in this sloppy weather. Rain predicted to kind of pick up in the next hour and a half, which is exactly our game time, so we will see how we do here, but on the attack go the Big Green, see if they decide what they want to do. Big Green, much vaunted out wide. Some speed and experience out there. It's Ali Ada puts it out quickly behind Emily Henrich. Savin couldn't quite make that hit there, and turned over by the Brown Bears. Brown Bears on the attack again. Good work there off the little miscue, and off they go. Big run for Maggie Bockenberg. Bockenberg makes it to the 22. This ball slowed down just a little bit for Duba. Here's Mahita Parker. They're happy to have her back in. Very effective at outside center. Has scored 7 tries in just 5 games. But a little slow moving here as Duba picks that one up. And gets it again. A ball again up to Mahoney. Mahoney tries to get it to Clapp for that little tip pass on through. Possession going the way of the Bears so far. Ball out to Chen. A little bounce there, but she's able to handle it. And Zy Thomas in the midfield. She can be dangerous. Bounces off of 1. 2 more are going to bring her down. Ryu again. They're working the side of the field with Duba. Duba can get that open spaces working as Chen again into contact. Ball not going too wide, and another knock-on. Slippery ball here at Marvel Field. We'll have a scrum here for Dartmouth, working their way back down. Great runners on both of these teams out wide. We'll see how the weather plays into this, whether either of them can get their speed going. Great outside center battle between Mahita Parker and Emily Henrich. Ball in, looking to pick that up. Yes, she can, and she goes off to the right-hand side. Gets it into Ali Ada's hands. Ali Ada, the Guam native, puts that in, and it came back Dartmouth way, but Zy Thomas has pounced on it with a knock-on here. We have a knock-on advantage to Dartmouth. Dartmouth going to choose to run this one. Nearly finding a little ground there is Siameni. And across the 50 they go. They've got some runners out wide if they can get it here. Are they going to come wide with it? Henrich has ball in hand. Henrich puts a pass in there. That's a punt. And another knock-on creeps in there as Dartmouth tries to go wide early on one of their first possessions. Nothing happening. We're going to come back for a scrum here for Brown inside their own zone this time. Referee McMahon just making sure things are going to come together solid here. Ball in the hands of Jem Ryu. Ryu, the Denver native. Played some rugby with the Glendale Raptors out there before coming on to Brown. Youth program, one of the top rugby facilities in the country out there. Here goes Zai Thomas. Zai Thomas taken by Ada with Abby Savin helping her out. Now Duba has it. Chen, little wrap around there, showing for Mahita Parker. Gets it back. They have some runners on the wing. Can she beat the defense? She cannot. Right at halfway we go, but maintaining possession are the Brown Bears up into the hands of Johanna Bandler. Bandler from Norwich, Vermont. Right close to Dartmouth University, but playing her rugby down here at Brown. Ball into Nikki Yeshikan's hands. And turned over again. A little bit sloppy in the weather here. We're going to have a first penalty against the Brown Bears, and Dartmouth is going to go quick with this one. Henrich gets it in the hands of Naya Cordero. Cordero takes a big hit. And another penalty from McMahon. Player digging in there with some hands they weren't supposed to. Opportunity here for Dartmouth again. See what they decide to do. And Ada is going to take this one quick. Gets it in the hands of Sophia Haley, the Hopkins, Minnesota native. Maybe turned over again, but Dartmouth comes up with it. Messy play here early on. Scrum to Brown. Crisis averted again. Brown again. Ryu has a couple players crossing the back. Ball slips out of her hand and knocked on. Little too much to ask in this kind of weather. We're going to turn around, be a scrum here for Dartmouth. Wonderful attacking position in the center of the field. Splitting their back line out here. It's going to be Henrich and Sawavi off to the left, with Anjali Pant coming in behind them. And the powerful Idia Yeshikan, fifth-year student from Milton, Ontario. Played in the front row previously for the Big Green, now at number 8. Her sister in the second row. And off she goes. Ball into Bella Hushit's hands. Hushit moves a little pass on there to her front row partner. Seven Sassano is going to make some room. She has runners with her. It's in Savin's hands. Savins gets it out to Naya Cordero. Ball out to Savin again. Savin gets it in the middle field. Back up to Seven Sassano from Decatur, Illinois. Captain of 4 teams in high school. Ball out into the hands of Kristen Bitter, and she puts a ball to the boot. It's a race. Who's going to win? We are going to come back. Referees whistle this up. We'll see what the call is. It's a penalty against Brown for an offsides there. And a little adventurous play from Kristen Bitter, junior from San Diego. Dartmouth in the same setup as previously, have their back line split there. Savin off to the right. Yes, She Can's going to make a break with it. It's going to have some company really quick. Savin's pass gets knocked down into the hands of Kristen Bitter. Ball again into the front row's hands. Hushit couldn't handle that one. We're going to go back again for an offsides penalty against the Bears. Dartmouth going to go quick this time through Henrich. Henrich has some runners out there. She had Sassano off to her left, but has chosen to go herself. Nice footwork to get about 5 meters out from the zone here, and Dartmouth on the initial first run, and another penalty for hands in against Brown. A lot of infractions coming there. They're going to have to be careful. Henrich takes a big double hit from the Brown defense, and a little pick and go off the back there. They're going to try to work their way in and tight. Probably a smart move based on this weather, and off they go through Yes She Can Nikki, and she's going to touch down our first try of the game. Nikki, Yes She Can, gets it 5-0. First points here to Dartmouth. Just over 10 minutes into this first half. Abby Savin, the sophomore from Temecula, California, to convert this one. Slightly different weather in Hanover and Providence for the Southern California native. Nice strike there, and they are at 7 points to the good. 7-0 Dartmouth leading the Brown Bears in this first half of action here at Marble Field. So far this season, Dartmouth is 6-0 with wins over Long Island University, Quinnipiac, Army West Point, Sacred Heart, Mount St. Mary's, and Harvard, leading towards championship semifinals and then championship games on November 20th. Brown 3-1-1. Tied Army West Point in the first game of the season, beat Sacred Heart, beat LIU, Long Island University, lost to Harvard, and beat Quinnipiac last week. Looking to upset some of the order here of the NYRA League. The referee McMahon calling for a ball, always a useful thing to have at a rugby game. Olivia Duba set to kick off. Environmental studies major and a senior, one of 10 seniors we'll talk about for the end of the game that they're honoring today. Ball nearly bobbled there, but picked up well by Savin Sassano. Just a powerful runner. Now back into the hands of Savin. Savin's going to launch one down into the muddy ground. Lexi Nelson back to pick that one up. And Lexi Nelson has 3 defenders coming at her. Henrich trying to come over it. Ryu is going to get a hold of this one. Duba to Chen. Chen looking to go wide to Mahita Parker. Mahita Parker can't handle the pass. Knock on there. It's going to be another scrum in the Brown zone for the Big Green. Just a little too much of a pass on a rainy day. Dartmouth scrum here. Ali Ada to put this one in. The high school at the Academy of Our Lady of Guam. Gets a ball out with a disconnect pass there. Doesn't quite happen, but Henrich has ball in hand and moves it to a hard-running Anjali Pont. Pont puts it out to the wing. Sawavi taken down by the Brown defense. Ball, again, nice and flat out to Yes She Can. Idia. As there are 2 of them. Ball now off into Bitter's hand. She gets into Cordero's hands. Cordero into contact here, really testing this Brown defense. They go. Ball in the hands of Sophia Haley, her first big run of the day, and she's going to drag a couple of tacklers in. And a second try here for the Big Green at Marvel Field. It is 12-0. Kick to come for the Big Green.
Good job, Dartmouth. Nice job.
7 waiting for a tee here. She's going to kick this one again. She just kicked her 24th conversion of the season. This would be 25. Savin lines it up. And 25 conversions for the season so far for Savin. We're going to come back here at 14-0 for Dartmouth. Some work to do for the hometown Bears. Duba entering your frame there with the ball. Going to kick off again. Kickoff receipt's been pretty solid in this weather by the Dartmouth forwards. And inside the 22 they go. It bounces off of Haley, the try scorer, but she recovers. And just outside of her 22 she goes. She's got support with her. Zy Thomas tries to turn that one, but not going to happen. Savin spots the room back there. Lexi Nelson, well covered in the back there by Nelson. Nelson into contact. The Foxborough, Massachusetts engineering major. Gemma Ryu has some runners here. They get the ball out to Mahoney. Mahoney always finds some room. Couldn't get her pass away there. They're going to recycle and go again as Duba looking wide this time for Chen. Chen can't quite handle that one. Ball is going to come back to Dartmouth. Dartmouth looking for some runners. A bit of a mess in there. Back to Brown now. Brown on the attack. Ball comes to Mahoney again. Mahoney knocks that one on. Referee McMahon spots that. We're going to have a scrum here for Dartmouth just inside the Brown half of the field. Allie Ada gets it in. A couple of threats. Yes, she can. Takes it herself off to the left-hand side. Gets it to Ada. Ada's got an attacker right on her, but she finds some room. Does Ada. Nearly gets pulled down by the hair, but is breaking through. She's got a great step there. Does the scrum half. Finally taken into contact on the front foot, though, however, are the Big Green. They get the ball to Savin. Savin gets the ball to a waiting forward. They make some ground and keep pushing back that Brown Bears a defensive wall. Ball up here into Henrich's hands. Cordero is looking for it. Henrich decides to take that one in herself. Runners lined out either way. We'll see what Ada decides to go. Goes off to the right-hand side to no one in particular, unfortunately. And Bitter tries to put a little kick through. But a ball comes back here. A referee is going to penalize for the high tackle back here, where Allie Ada was nearly taken down by her neck. It'll be a Dartmouth penalty just inside the 40-meter line of Brown. Savin puts that one towards the line and makes it. They're going to have a line out here. One of the few lineouts of the game so far for Dartmouth. Great attacking position here. the Asayaliata Meni to put this one in. She goes by Sia. Ball up into the middle, line out, well taken. Ada has some room to run. Ada looking for the space herself. Gets the ball off to Savin. Savin has put in a couple of conversions. Can she put in a try? Not on that one. Ada looking for some runners. Gets the ball up into the hands of Meni. Meni, a powerful runner for this big green team. Ball up to Henrich. Henrich finds a line. And try awarded as Emily Henrich moves us to 19-0. The big green really wearing down this Brown Bears team. And Savin with a pretty straightforward kick for this one to follow. Referee McMahon moving Savin over just a bit. A little finicky. But she's the boss. And Savin, 26 conversions to the good. 21-0. Dartmouth lead Brown as the NYRA conference leaders looking strong in this weather. Just under halfway done with this first half, 21-0 here at Marvel Field. Brown Bears are trailing Dartmouth Big Green. Olivia Duba to kick this one off. A long kick into the same place. Floats over a couple players into Anyoko Sawavi's hands. Sawavi from Charlotte, North Carolina. Another kick here to push the ball down from Savin into Lexi Nelson's hands. Lexi Nelson going to need to find some room. Finds a couple of Dartmouth defenders instead. And Ryu able to get that one up to Mahoney. Mahoney able to hand one off there into the hands of Ainsley Clapp. Ainsley Clapp in a contact. Big counter ruck coming from the big green. They're going to be able to move it. Now Duba moves it to Chen. Chen, again, can't quite handle the length of that pass. Ball down. They're going to recycle, possibly, or picked up there and taken by the big green. Great counter ruck work by the Dartmouth forwards. And it dragged up to midfield. They've got room in behind. They got runners either way. See where they decide to go. Savin to Henrich. Henrich, little chip in there, just puts it in behind. Lexi Nelson has to track across. She's got players coming down on her. Caught up by the first one. Can't slip that tackle. Brown under pressure at their own 40. Mahita Parker takes it a couple of meters. Good strong run from the outside center. And they're just going to keep this one tight until they can reset here. Will the Bears. Ball coming out on the middle field to Chen. Chen gets to Parker. Parker gets a big hit from Yes She Can. Ball up to Duba. Duba's going to put it to the left boot. Over the head of Anjali Pont. Pont moves that ball across. Pont from Osceola, Indiana, the sophomore with the Penn High School. Into contact they go. Genero. Ball up to Savin. The sisters, yes you can. Connect for that one, but a penalty against Dartmouth this time. Player not releasing there at the breakdown. It's going to be a Brown penalty, about 45 meters out from the Dartmouth line. Duba looks set to put this one towards the corner. Referee McMahon moves it back just a bit. It's going to be Olivia Alperin to put this one in. Alperin, the San Francisco native. Applied mathematics and economics major. Ball winds up in Zy Thomas's hands. One of her trademark runs. Players all over. Not rolling away is the big green. We'll see what Brown decide to do here. Gemma Ryu. Looking here, they have a set penalty move. Brown coached by Christine Newcomb. Ball in behind there to Alperin. Alperin looks for a runner. Duba gets swallowed up by the big green defense. Little spill forward there. Knock-on advantage to Brown. Here comes Zy Thomas. She finds some room. She's got a head of steam and a massive collision there with Anjali Pant. A little pass up to Mahoney. Mahoney always takes more than one to bring her to the ground. Another advantage here. And another penalty against the big green for not rolling away again. Referee McMahon being very strict on that. And here comes Zy Thomas. Zy Thomas. Everything she can do for this team is all passion, all power. Ball up into their hands. Quickly from Deicher to Clapp. Referee has her hand up again. Not sure if it's for an infraction there, but Olivia Duba is headed towards the line, and Olivia Duba scores a try for the Brown Bears. 5 points on the board for the hometown team. Olivia Duba, nice little show and go there. It takes the ball across the line, and Brown rewarded for a great passage of play with 5 points. Little tough angle on the kick.
Good job, Bruno!
Duba to convert her kick off that left boot. This one sails across the front. Not going to happen. We're at 5. 21-5. Dartmouth leading the Brown Bears. Dartmouth to kick off on this one. Just about 12 minutes left on the game clock for this first half. Kickoff into the hands of Chen. Chen finds a teammate. Ball in a contact. They're just outside their 22. Ryu looking for some runners. Finds it there in Deicher. Deicher moves the ball on, but a big hit comes in. Brown on the roll again. Looking to find some space around those fringes. That's Johanna Bandler. Ball to Duba. Duba coming across the field, and a big run there from Akila Cathy, the reserve. And Akila Cathy comes into this game and makes an immediate statement. Ball popped up there. They are still on the run, but referee is going to say it's going forward from Akila Cathy. Powerful center. We're going to come back for a scrum for the big green right at midfield. Ball at Yeshikan's feet, pops back, gets into the hands of Ali Ada. She has to clean this one up. Ball to Savin. Savin finds a runner. in Bitter. She moves it out to the wing, but dragged into touch they are. We're going to have a line out here for Brown, just about their own 40-meter line. Great job to push that rushing offense from the big green into touch. Little ball up to Duba, bit messy. Kathy can't handle that one. Comes out to Mahita Parker. If she can find some room, she'll be great. Sorry, there was not. There was Noelle Lewis. But penalty against Brown. Brown been making some early substitutions in the back line there. Mahita Parker maybe out. Dartmouth going to take this penalty and call for a scrum. Good attacking platform for them. They certainly have the runners as well as the power coming from Idia. Yes, you can. See which one they decide to go with. Ball off the back there from the Yes You Can. Ada puts that one up into the hands of Bitter. Bitter moves it out to Savin. Savin, a quick offload there to Margot Genero. Great passage of play, ends with an unfortunate knock-on. Well, the scrum here to Brown just outside of their own zone. Dartmouth coached by Katie Dowdy, assisted by Stacy Bridges and Maya Beiser. Scrum here for Brown. Might be good for Zy Thomas to make a little room off the back. She's going to get the ball back to Duba. Duba lets that one slip forward, and referee is going to see that knock on and come back for a scrum for the big green. Almost a colossal mistake there from the Bears. But Duba able to clean that one up, but now they're going to force themselves into a tough position with an attacking scrum here for the big green. Ball in there is Yes You Can off the back. She's got a couple of defenders quickly on top there, but they're going to recycle. Ada looking for a runner. Gets it into the hands of Cordero eventually from Many. And Cordero will touch down. Another try here for the big green. As the first half rolls on, they move up to 26-5 over Brown here at Marvel Field. Kick to come. Just about 7 minutes left on the game clock for this first half. Savin lines it up. Savin, good again. Pushing her point total for the season pretty well today with a number of tries here from the big green as we continue on in the first half. Duba set to kick this one off again. Duba goes the other direction this time. And made to pay for it as Idiot, yes she can, takes that one. Gets it into the hands of Siameni. She makes it across halfway. Big counter ruck coming in from the Bears. But penalty against Dartmouth for hands in there, trying to ward off those players from Brown. Good dogged attack around the contact area from the Bears. Ryu has the ball. Mahoney looks like she'd be more than happy to have a run. Ball coming around the back here, a little wraparound. Ball into the hands of Zy Thomas. Zy Thomas had been under close watch from the Dartmouth defense. Here comes Mahoney, great tight runner for this team. Mahoney has been fantastic this season, the freshman from New Windsor, Maryland. Game rolls on, ball turned over. Referee's going to go back here for the knock-on against Brown. It's going to be a scrum here for Dartmouth, as the wet field and a muddy weather continue to wreak havoc with ball handling in this game. Yes, you can. A little mess there, but gets in the hands of Ada. Ada finds Henrich. Henrich can't quite hang on to it. Ball into the hands of Sawavi. Sawavi knocks the one back. Henrich gets it to the boot. A little bit of a mess going to have to be cleaned up. Ada goes in. Sawavi steps in the distributor role. Ball moves up into the hands of Lauren Farage. We have a penalty against Brown for players not coming around from the right side. Savin has the ball in hand. They'll probably go for another line out here. Savin pushes this one downfield. No problem. Going to be a line out here just inside the 22 for the Dartmouth Big Green as time rolls on here. Under 4 minutes to play on the game clock for this first half. Ball into the middle of the line out, falls down into a Brown hand. Well taken. Brown puts it into the hands of one of their waiting forwards there, Johanna Bandler. Now into the middle of the field. Tough one for Duba. Lots of runners coming on her. She gets Idia and Nikki Yeshikan coming over, but they're going to get the ball back up there into the hands of Akila Cathy. Akila Cathy is always going to make some room. Picks it up again, and off she goes. Big, powerful runs there, but ball ripped away by Henrich. They got tussle for the ball going as Farage into the game. Wrestling couple of players, ball in behind there, into the hands of Cordero. She scored one, pops it up and over to Many. See a Many from freshman from Cypress, California. Hooker for Dartmouth. Ball up into the hands of Cordero. She finds some space, goes to tackle. Lexi Nelson comes across, gets her down by the bootlaces. Ball picked up at the back there. Savvy play from Brown to turn that one over, and penalty against the Big Green. Players not allowing the ball carrier to release. Penalty here against Dartmouth. Brown going to run it from their own 22. Into the hands of Mahoney. Mahoney through a half gap there, brings a couple players with her. Ball off. A little tip pass there. Clapp brings that one in. Zy Thomas has a couple of attackers on her. Zy Thomas hauled down by 2 or 3. Now they come across from Duba. Duba finds Kathy. Kathy's across the 22 with a head of steam. Kathy hard to bring down. Good effort from Pont there. Single person tackle on Akila Kathy doesn't happen very often. Ball turned over by Dartmouth. Good work here. Ball off to the left-hand side. A little kick over the top. They've got some space there, but it's going to roll into touch. Great work there. It looked like Bitter that turned that ball over. It's going to be a Brown line out right at their own 22. A little miscue there according to the referee. Looks like we're going to get a scrum here for Dartmouth. Come out to the 15-meter line as time rolls down in this first half. Dartmouth with a 28-5 lead over the Brown Bears. Ali Ada feeds the scrum once again. Going to go to the back line this time. Savin has some runners. Who's she going to go for? She finds Henrich. Henrich was on a good line there, but closed down by Lexi Nelson. Ada picks that one up, but slips and has to get the ball up into the hands of Anjali Pont. Ada finds Savin. Savin nearly finds it. Yes, she can, but ball slips in behind her. Knock on in the contact area there by the big green. And that's going to be halftime here at Marvel Field, 28-5. The big green lead the Brown Bears. We are going to be back with second half action in just a couple of minutes. I think I mixed up your props. Welcome back to Marvel Field here in Providence, Rhode Island, home of the Brown Bears rugby team, who are trailing 28-5 to the Big Green of Dartmouth in this National Intercollegiate Rugby Association matchup between these two teams. Dartmouth with a good lead will be running from left to right on your screen in green, and in the black jerseys are the Brown Bears. Dartmouth to kick off. Referee Anna McMahon to get us underway. And referee McMahon whistles us in for the second half. Long kick there, well handled by the Bears. Big early runs here coming in. That is Johanna Bandler, one of the big handlers of the ball for this team. Ainsley Clapp, her second row partner, takes that one. Slightly isolated. Bockenberg gets that. Ball to Duba. Duba looking for a big runner there. Finds Lewis, but Lewis well hit. And a penalty against Dartmouth for not rolling away. Sorry, that might have been Akila Kathy on that run. Couldn't see the number on the jersey right away there. And early penalty here for the Bears, trailing 28-5. A lot of work to do. Ball to Mahoney. Mahoney has one latched on player, gets a ball to the ground. Sassano looking to counter that, but can't make it happen. Big tackles coming in from a strong defense. That's, yes, you can. Ball up to Kathy, a wrap around there to Duba. Can't find any room on that one. Zai Thomas queued up for this one. Let's see where they decide to go. Ryu goes to Mahoney. Mahoney always has a handout for that little tip pass, but doesn't use it that time. Takes it into contact. Ryu looking for some runners, but penalty for players not rolling away. Referee McMahon having some conversations here. Lets Emily Henrich know that too much of this has been going on. Doesn't look like anyone's going to get sin binned at the moment, but a warning fired from the referee. And not rolling. Gonna go for this one to Mahoney. Mahoney into contact. Big, powerful work there from Yes You Can. Ball turned over there by the Big Green. Big Green through Ava Proctor coming into the game. Gets the ball up to Henrich. Proctor seems to have come in for Savin. Not for Savin. There is Savin, excuse me. Come in for one of the centers there. The ball turned over there to Brown. Brown, opportunity to run here. They have some runners out wide. That space just closes down for them. Rodenheiser couldn't make the room there. Now the forwards again through Bockenberg. Bockenberg from Welcome, Minnesota. Duba back up into her hands. A long pass over there. Dartmouth defense up on that quickly. Brown losing ground here. Ball to Duba. Duba looking for some space to kick. Finds it. Pont back on that. And it fields it off of one hopping around. Nearly away. Hauled down by the back of the jersey. But turned over there by Brown. Brown a little more room this time if they can move it wide. They've got some runners. Dartmouth defense sets up again, and Mahoney yet again. Looking to go wide to Zy Thomas. Zy Thomas in the middle of a crowd of players, but finding some room. Gets away with the extra roll. Duba has some runners out wide. Off she goes to that space. Look like Rodenheiser trying to get that one. Sorry, that was Lexi Nelson trying to get that one away. That's Rodenheiser the ball now. Well covered by the Dartmouth defense. Mahoney, a little tip pass, but well figured out by the Dartmouth defense around the fringes there. Duba looking for some runners. Has to get that one to Kathy. Zy Thomas picks this one up. Zy Thomas gets through a couple. Eventually taken down by the younger Yes You Can. Little pick and go off the back there. That's Bandler, but Bandler has a number of players on it. They're able to get that one back. Pushing it to the wing, just going a little bit sideways, and referee's going to whistle that one. Scrum here for the Big Green. Ada set to put this one in. Yes, You Can has a little room. She chooses to go left. Ball goes wide there, but it doesn't happen. Referee spots a little infraction. We're going to have a scrum here for the Brown Bears just outside their own 22. Ryu puts this one in. Big squeeze there from the Big Green, but it's going to come back their way. Akila Cathy puts a little pass back in there, and a big break here for Lexi Nelson. Lexi Nelson slips up on the wet grass as a tackle was coming across, but a good head of steam here for the Brown Bears. Let's see what they can make of this as the ball comes out to a waiting set of forwards there. Ainsley Clapp brings that one in. They're going to keep it tight through Zy Thomas. She's going to make a couple of meters. Players trying to come in and jackal that from the Dartmouth side, but not happening. Big contest here. Referee whistling against Brown for not releasing. It's going to be a penalty here for the Big Green. Well defended there by the team from Hanover. Savin pushes that one downfield. A couple of changes in for Dartmouth. Line out for the Big Green. See Many gets told where to put the ball and finds it. Nice throw to the middle there. Ada draws in some defenders, but ball goes in behind. Hit a little kick up over the top there, finding that space, rolls in a touch. It'll be a Brown line out, but deep inside their own zone. Good pressure, good tactical awareness from the Big Green to put it down there. Alperin puts this one in. It's messy. Gets it to her boot, puts it forward. Chen dives on it. Ball back to Duba. Duba's got pressure on her. She's not going to find touch there. She is going to find Genero. Genero's going to move across to Pont. Pont hangs onto it. She's got Henrich. Henrich has a runner outside of her, steps back in. Henrich steps a couple and gets the ball out into the hands of Sawavi. Sawavi can't quite handle that pass. Knock-on scrum coming for Brown deep inside their own zone. Good opportunity squandered there by the Big Green. Battle at scrum time. Ball is going to come back to Zy Thomas. Zy Thomas is going to knock down a couple, as she always does. Zy Thomas, the Fairfield, California senior, biomedical engineering major. Now coming out a little wider, goes Noelle Lewis. They look the ball. Lexi Nelson gets the ball up to Rodenheiser. Rodenheiser into contact. Always a player from Dartmouth there trying to disrupt that. Ball, little tip pass goes across. Sassano and Hushit combine on the hit that time. The props for this Dartmouth team. Pressure coming on. Duba looking for some space. Has to take it into contact herself. Zy Thomas shows one way. Carries the ball into a pile of people. Mahoney puts a little tip pass in there from contact. Good ball work by her, but slightly forward, according to referee McMahon. We're going to come back for a scrum here to Dartmouth. And a so far scoreless second half, 28-5. Just over 10 minutes gone in the second half here for Marble Field. Dartmouth scrum, good power. DeKeys, yes you can at the back now. Gets the ball to Ada. Ada to Bitter. Genero cannot quite hang on to that one. The Westmount, Quebec native, fifth-year player. Brown scrum here just outside their own 22. Good power coming on. Zy Thomas was hoping to go for a run with that one. Not pleased with the outcome as she knocks it onto the muddy ground. We're going to have a scrum here for Dartmouth again. Full left-hand side of the field open should Dartmouth choose to use it. Allie Ada gets the ball in. Ball back in the feet of yes, she can. Nikki. Sloppy ball squirting out there for Ada. Players get back around. Well taken. Now they find Savin. Savin puts one across. Pont gets a ball and tackler at the same time. Big contest coming at the breakdown here. Let's see who comes out on top. Referee has a good eye on proceedings. It's going to come back to Dartmouth. Sloppy pass that time. Turned over there. I thought it was a knock-on. Maybe an advantage here. We'll see. But Brown on the attack at their own 40-meter line. Mahoney picks and goes off the back. On rushing defense onto Zy Thomas as she gets the ball, gets 3 or 4 players. Clearly a discussion from the Dartmouth coaches about who to keep an eye on in this Brown team would be Zy Thomas as a kick goes a little higher into the air from the Bears this time. We're going to come back for a penalty for offsides against Dartmouth down around the 40-meter line. Brown an opportunity to push us downfield or go for a set penalty play, see what they decide to do. Ryu to Mahoney. Mahoney to get us started here. Mahoney veers off a little to her right, finds a little soft spot in the defense, able to push some people back. Not going too much further is the Brown attack. Ball comes out to Duba. Out to Noelle Lewis. Noelle Lewis nearly slips through some defenders there. Eventually brought down. Ball out there to Duba. Duba is trying to find some way around the outside. She can't. Good defending here from Dartmouth as the Brown Bears are pulling together the phases. And a penalty against Dartmouth again at the breakdown. A couple of conversations have been had with the Dartmouth captain, but referee McMahon just says just a penalty for this. And Duba puts that one down just outside the 40-meter line of Dartmouth. Haven't played in this half a lot in this second half. But an attacking opportunity here for the Brown Bears to try to continue closing the gap. We're at 28-5 here. Off the top there, into their hands. It's to Akila Cathy. Akila Cathy gets through a couple, gets that wraparound in there to Noelle Lewis. Dangerous combination. It's a bit of a messy pass back to Duba. Zy Thomas has to pick this one up. Zy Thomas. Savin just barely gets her to the ground. Ball out in the hands of Clapp. Clapp finding a runner out wide. Gets the ball to Lexi Nelson. Lexi Nelson well tackled by Genero. Gets the ball up to Rodenheiser. Ball up into the hands of Bachenberg, but we're going to come back there for a crossing penalty. Player obstructed from Brown, so we're going to have a penalty here for Savin to push downfield. Savin, high school All-American, pushes that down. Cal State Games Female Athlete of the Year previously before coming to Dartmouth. Right at the 40-meter line, ball to come in from Sia Meni from Los Alamitos High School. Ball to the middle of the line out. Well taken there. Runners coming through to the back there to Pont. Gets it just a little flat into the hands of Sawavi. Can't find the room that she wants, but makes a bit of a break finally as she gets through some people. Ada comes off, finds Henrich. Henrich swerves through a couple. Ali Ada in a big collision down in the corner. Head of steam here for Dartmouth. They've got runners putting a little pop pass up there into the hands of Lauren Farage. Henrich into the distributor position. Savin has some attention there. Savin headed towards the line. Savin looks at it. Savin finds it. Try awarded. Dartmouth gets the first point of the second half. So they extend their lead to 33-5 over the Brown Bears with just under half of the second half gone at this point. Pretty straightforward kick to come here. Savin to convert her own. This would be her 29th conversion of the season if she hits it. Savin lines it up, pretty straightforward. Knocks that one down for her 29th. And we are at 35-5. Just about 21 minutes on the game clock left in the game. Brown have a lot of work to do as they regather and get out for another kickoff. Brown celebrating several seniors today. This will be their last home game of the regular season. Maggie Backenberg, Johanna Bandler, Zoe Belge, Ainsley Clapp, Anna Deitcher, Olivia Duba, Lexi Nelson, Emma Jane Rodenheiser, Gemma Ryu, Marion Sellier, and Ziana Thomas. Been great servants to this Brown program. Tough battle against the Big Green right now. Finally have a ball on the field. Ball hits the ground there. Brought back up by Dartmouth. Dartmouth, their own 22. Savin puts one up into the middle of the field this time. Goes over the head of Duba. She has to go back on it and does. Ball into the hands of Morgan Cunningham. Haven't seen too much of Cunningham today. She's driven well back. Ball maybe turned over here by Dartmouth, but we're going to come back for the initial knock-on from the Bears in that contact area there. It's going to be a scrum here for Dartmouth. Just the 40-meter line of the Brown Bears here. We'll see what they choose to do. Ball at the feet of, yes, she can. Picked up and brought to Savin. Savin looking for a runner, finds Bitter. Bitter was looking for some space, hands off one. Gets the ball up into the hands of Genero. Genero headed for the line. And Margot Genero crosses, heads towards the middle of the field. Touches down safely. A try awarded to Genero. Third Big try for Genero. Not a huge try scorer for the Big Green, but a solid wing out there. Very important part of the program is where about 18 and a half minutes on the clock here. Lead extended to 40. Kick to come from Savin. She's been good so far. Savin lines this one up. Little screaming there from the Brown players, but she's good anyway. So another successful conversion for Savin as they pull ahead to 42-5. Brown up against it here with just about 17 minutes to go. Ball down into the hands of Ava Proctor. Proctor takes out one at contact for Dartmouth. Dartmouth throwing 40. Building up a bit of a lead here. Ball comes back to Savin. Savin, another good kick. Finds some ground. Cunningham into contact that time. A little more direct. Pick and go off the back. That's Mahoney. Ball up there to Johanna Bandler. Out to Duba. Duba to Kathy on the wraparound. Back to Duba. Little show there from Faith Chen. Faith Chen puts a looper up there into the hands of Rodenheiser. Rodenheiser finds Pont. Big collision there. Huge bodies coming flying in, but that was a legal player coming over there just trying to seal it off. For Browns, we have a penalty against them. Just a little over anxious there. And Savin looks to put this one at a touch. And a nice kick down the line. Makes some good ground here for the Big Green. They have an attacking line out inside the 40-meter of the Brown Bears. Line out here for Farage. Farage gets that one in. Ball down into the hands of Sadie Shear. Replacement scrum half there. Savin has the ball in hand. Can't quite get that pass away. Henrich just chips it forward a little with the boot. Brown will recover. Zy Thomas. Mahoney nearly picked off there. Messy ball thrown. Isolated player knocks it on there for Brown. We're going to come back for that. Dartmouth could not take an advantage off of it. Well, the scrum here for Dartmouth, just the 22-meter line. 14 minutes to go in this second half here at Marvel Field, where 42-5, Dartmouth lead Brown. Last game for a lot of these seniors. They will want to finish with a little bit of a flourish here for Brown. Some changes coming in for both teams. Referee McMahon brings us back in. Scrum here for Dartmouth. Ellie Ada has been substituted by Shear here. Ball to Savin. There's a little bit of room in the middle of the field. Henrich gets a bit of a still pass. Can't run onto it. Savin, a wrap around there. Nicely done into the hands of Proctor. Dartmouth power their way towards the sideline there. Savin has some runners. Henrich puts a little pop pass up there. Ball into the hands of Alima Williams. Alima Williams headed towards the line. She gets taken down. Little pick and go there. Don't see if they're quite there. Referee says the player has rolled a couple of times. Not going to award that one. It's going to come back here. A penalty for Brown. A little extra movement there from one of the Dartmouth players just trying to take that try down. Looked like Bella Hushett. Like some more changes coming here. It looks like Noel Lewis maybe leaving the field. Unfortunate loss there if it is. Brown keep this one in field. With the back to the punch. She's going to move it across to Henrich. Henrich has a couple of runners outside her. Gets it into the hands of Abby Schill. Ball's going forward, however, off of Henrich. We're going to come back for that one. Brown with the put in. Big pressure coming on from Dartmouth, but Ryu digs it out, gets it to Duba. Duba gets to Kathy. Kathy looking for some inside space or a wraparound. Can't find it. But a penalty against Brown that time. It's going to be a ball here for Dartmouth. Henrich is going to send it quick. That's Williams. Ball up there. Big tackle coming in. Dartmouth recycles. Ball coming back across from Shear. Savin, quick hands, but interception there by Duba. Duba's got a long way to go. Referee's going to whistle. We're going to come back. Duba thought she was clear, but we have a high tackle penalty coming against Brown. Going to bring this one all the way back. Unfortunate for Olivia Duba there. Duba, another high school All-American on the field here. As Savin steps up. Looks like she's going to put this one towards the corner for a Dartmouth lineout. Under 10 minutes to go on the game clock here at Marvel Field. 42-5, Dartmouth lead Brown. Referee McMahon making sure the numbers are lined up here. Dartmouth trying to pick the right option. Ball to the center line out, but it sails over and it's going to wind up in the hands of Brown, but a knock on the ground there is going to come back for a scrum. Another great attacking position here for the Big Green as time winds down in the second half. Brown, a big push here. Nikki, yes, you can. Looking to get the ball to Savin. Savin pops that ball up. A couple of replacements there, headed towards the line, and into the corner they go. Great defense there from Brown. Abby Schill and Bailey Hand just couldn't quite connect there. May have been Sadie Shear. Big pressure here on Brown to convert this line out. Dartmouth puts that pressure on. Ball is loose. And in the hands of a Brown player, they are at their own 5-meter line. A long way to go here. Duba is going to go to that left boot. Nice kick rolling across the 40-meter line. Players running back on it. Anjali Pont spots some space. Gets that one across the field. Knocked forward there by a Brown player to another Brown player. A penalty here against them, and off they go. Here is Emily Henrich. Henrich takes a bit of a collision there, but they're going to go quick. Great footwork there by Ava Proctor. Ball coming across there, back to Henrich. Williams comes in to help clean that one up. Big hit in the midfield from Brown. Just stymieing this Dartmouth attack for a moment. Ball into the hands of Cassie Deppner. A little bit scrappy around there, but Shear comes up with it. Savin coming in to distribute the ball. Ball's gone back, but we have a knock-on against Dartmouth here. It'll be a Brown scrum just outside their own 22. Taken away that time by Dartmouth. Good work. Quick hands across the field. Henrich gets that ball to Pont. She's got a runner outsider. Can they get to the corner? That's Grace Player. And a try is awarded. Great 5-pointer there. A little work out wide. A Grace Player from Chapman, Maine. The 50-year senior from Presque Isle High School touches down. And 5 more points to the good here. We hit the 47 for the Big Green. Under 5 minutes to go in this contest. Tough angle here for Savin. Savin, her first miss of the day. We're going to remain at 47-5. Under 4 minutes to go on the game clock here at Marble Field. Brown looking for some more points before this last game is over for these seniors. Short one there from Duba this time. Little miscue. Ball comes up into the hands of Deitcher. Great work. On the attack are Brown. Not much time left. Have some work to do. Ball to Mahoney, the big freshman. Just punching holes in the defense as usual. Akila Cathy. Little wraparound there to Duba. Duba finds some space. She's got a couple of runners. Ball's out into the hands of Rodenheiser. Rodenheiser, it comes off, but referee says off her leg. So saying that's fine. Let's keep playing. Ryu looking for some runners here. Gets it up to Delaney Dill. Dill makes some ground. Ryu finds Mahoney. Mahoney. Well tackled that time. Duba looking for it. Duba's going to move that ball out a little wider there to Cathy. Little pass out of contact. Picked off by the Dartmouth defense. Turned over again by Brown. Little power run there from Deitcher. And a Deitcher from Ithaca, New York, went to choke. Playing rugby here at Brown. Ball held up in the air by Brown, but they're able to come down with it. Comes back out for Ryu. Duba has some runners out wide, finds Chen. Chen gets that ball to Cathy. Cathy's got a open Lexi Nelson, but the ball slips forward. Dartmouth is going to take control of this. A little bit messy in the later stages of this game. Dartmouth will be happy to close this out. Brown, of course, would love some more points on the board. Spilled forward there by Dartmouth. We're going to go back for an initial advantage here. Referee McMahon spots that one. It's going to be a scrum here for Dartmouth just inside their own 40-meter line as we're just over a minute on the game clock here at Marvel Field. After that, we'll be in referee's time. Referee McMahon will have the ultimate decision as to when the game ends. And as the season is shaping up, it looks like these teams will see each other again in 2 weeks for the NYRA semifinals. Dartmouth should be place number 1, and barring any big upsets, Brown will be number 4. So that'll be the semifinal, and then finals to be played on the 20th of November. Finals taking place at West Point this year. Akila Cathy steps around one, tries to barrel through another, just taken down. Duba looking for some more runners here. Ball out there to Goodrich. Goodrich gets it to the wing, but held in there by Rodenheiser. We're going to come back here for a penalty against Brown. Time just winding down here. We'll see what they decide to do. So whistle for the end of the game clock. Ball just up over our heads there. There is time, according to referee McMahon, for a line out. Ball to the front of the line out there for Dartmouth. They're going to be able to come up with this one. They're going to kick it into touch, and a referee, McMahon, is going to whistle for the end of the game as Dartmouth remain undefeated in NYRA action. And Brown go to 3-2-1 on the season. As we said, this will probably be a semifinal matchup, number 1 and number 4. Big game for all the seniors at Brown. Very emotional moment for these players. Wonderful stuff for them. This has been exciting rugby action here at Marvel Field. We will see you next time.